get this going. In the bottom right from the Team Liquid. He looked really good in that game, but he couldn't close it out. He is
Liquid TaeJa.
TaeJa getting something under the table there. In the upper right, we have our Protoss player. He played really well in that last game, taking it all the way to the end. His ideas.
Starting Ace.
All right, so
important for Ace to win this game. If he wins this game, if you win the first game out of that set, things are so much easier. You don't have to worry about your stamina because you're playing less best of threes.
Certainly,
you don't have to worry about. You can actually get to watch whoever you're going to play next.
Yeah, and
study them.
They're going to be a little bit more tired than you because they have time to rest. And you know what? Especially in this group for Ace, if he wins this match, he has a chance to play Leung in the finals because Leung is a really good TVZ player, but historically his TVP has really not been there. You know, he doesn't win a lot of TVPs on TV.
Yeah, that's true. Well,
command center for
CC first here. We do not see gas here yet from Ace. But we can assume he's going to get one here. But he may still go for a Nexus right after that gas gate core.
Yeah. In fact, it looks like he's going to use Parting's build here and just, before his core, go for that Nexus. And, in fact, that's exactly what he's going to do. Very quick Nexus there.
Okay.
Yeah, this is something, you know, all the StarTale Protosses, they have a lot of builds for fast Nexuses.
They are really comfortable shoving Nexuses out early.
Oh, yeah. They love to make Nexuses, man. And we do have a couple of Raxes on the way. Pretty standard there.
And for the time being, it's going to turn into a macro game. They're going to both try to build up economies. I'm wondering if we're going to see a third Nexus here from Ace. I don't think we will twice in a row.
Yeah, and this map, it's, you know, if he were to go for that, they're actually in kind of close spots, and you'd have to break down those rocks to be able to truly defend correctly, and that would be pretty hard to do. So we do have TaeJa knowing exactly what's going on, and looking very likely like it will turn into a macro game again. We'll have to see what Ace actually decides to do, though. Because, you know, from this position, when we look at both their builds, TaeJa can't actually get aggressive anytime soon.
No,
you can't really, against this, you're not going to go like a Marine SCV, you're not going to send that. You really are going to have to tech up all the way to Medivacs.
Yeah.
Or, you know, some crazy Marine factory type siege tank or whatever. But it's basically going to take a long time for him to get aggressive, and Ace knows that. So Ace is going to have to just decide, okay, do I go for the macro game, or do I switch it up a little bit?
So, scouting probe now. Just looking around the map, see if there's anything else hidden. You know, I would be surprised if Ace watched yesterday's games and saw that one game where Maru hit the command center. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's like, oh, I don't want that to happen.
I do not want that to happen to me.
Yeah.
But that's actually good. What he's doing here, we don't normally highlight it that much because it hasn't played a huge role until maybe as of yesterday. But people can do that. They can actually just make this third command center somewhere else in the map. And you'll have an observer outside their base, but you might not have gotten there before the SCV was sent out, and you will be in a situation where you're both on 2 base, or you think you're both on 2 base, but he's on 3, he's actually ahead, and you expand behind him and think, okay, well, he's going to attack me anytime soon, you know?
Yeah.
It can completely mess you up, so it's a good thing to see Ace looking around for that.
Totally. We do have TaeJa going for his third Nexus, and Ace, once again, going up to 3 gates and a robe. He's going to go ahead and scout before he decides exactly what to do, it looks like. But he is getting another couple gases, so definitely not going to see another Nexus too quickly, but definitely could see something like 2-base Colossus. I'm actually excited to see what he actually wants to go for here.
I'm surprised we haven't seen more of the 1-base Colossus all in against this build. You know? Especially on this map where you can actually put a pylon on the low ground and get up to where they're naturals. There's a lot of ways you can punish them.
Yeah. Well, you know, it's a big risk to get into Codes and then lay it all on the line with an all-in.
That's true
like
for an all-in. Yeah, you're right.
But I'm sure we'll see it again. It won't go anywhere. All right, so we do have a Forge and a Twilight coming out. These Marines pushing out a little bit. Ace very quick with that Stalker. Does not want to lose this. Doesn't want to take as much damage with it as he took last game either.
All All right.
Excuse me.
Oh, you all right?
Yeah. Just a little cough.
Little cough? I had a little bit of a tickle in my throat. I'm not sick, but just,
Really?
I don't know.
Poor guy.
No, I'm okay. I could still cast, obviously. So we have the reactor coming down here now. And there's some nice scouting here by Ace. He sees everything.
Yeah, and in fact, you know what? This is a pretty good scenario right this moment for TaeJa. He has the 3 command centers. He's going double engineering pay against Ace, who is going straight into just 1 forge. But we see the Twilight Council, or not the Twilight Council, the
Templar Archives.
I'm falling over my words, tasteless. I would not be surprised if he does the 2 base charge lot storm all in. It's kind of looking like that to me right now.
Oh, yeah, I could see that, actually. I mean, he's going to be so marine heavy because he didn't tech at all.
Yeah.
And that, I mean, charge lot with storm just smashes marines. As long as you get the storms off.
Yeah, and here you go, man. I mean, he's going up already to 7 gates. Normally you do it with 8. You can add that later, though. Not a big deal. And he's seen the 3 command centers. You know, he sees that it's mostly marine production right now. TaeJa's going to have to figure this out pretty quickly, or he will just die to it. You can't just defend it like it's some normal attack. This is unbelievably powerful.
Let me sum up what's going on here. Is normally Terran's going to expand again, and then the Protoss will expand again too. Protoss will eventually, Terran will eventually, start dropping, doing a little bit of harassment, and then, you know, we'll probably see a switch into Colossus. But instead, what it looks like Ace wants to do, and I think Artosis is right on here, is he actually wants to just stay on 2 base, mass up an abnormally large army, and not invest any money into progressing the game, and then he wants to basically surprise TaeJa and run him over. Now, one thing that TaeJa's doing, oh my god, no, as I say that, excuse me, I guess we were wrong. He actually is going to make a Nexus up here, but it did look like he was going to do that 2 base all in.
Yeah, it seriously did, but with only the 7 gates, you know, he's going to have that little bit of extra mineral buildup, but still he's going to have the macro he needs to hold off anything that TaeJa sends at him. So he's going to be completely safe as long as the drop harassment can't pick him apart. But when this Nexus finishes, as Psystorm is finishing up, he's still going to have a massively strong army. And we do not have a Ghost Academy going down yet for TaeJa, so he's going to have to be very careful. You know, when you have no Ghosts out and someone's going for this style of play with Protoss, those Psystorms are unbelievably powerful.
Looks like we had an accidental Guardian Shield there.
Yeah.
You always want to move that hotkey. Hold position and G are pretty close, guys. Just look at your keyboard.
Yeah, I moved it down to X.
I can't tell you guys how many times when the game first came out, people would be rushing at me, and I'd be my guys in position try to hit H, and it's a Guardian Shield, and then they just run up my ramp and kill me.
As soon as I lost 1 game to that, Guardian Shield was switched over to X, and I was like, bam, feel much better now.
All right, looks like this drop is going to come in here, and he's going to have to back up. We just had a shot of it earlier. He actually has an observer just below our screen here, so he's actually ready for drop. So Ace is just in complete defensive mode. He is like tucked into his turtle shell.
Yeah. And
he's not going to be touched.
You know, he's got his High Templars in a Warp Prism now, so he's pretty strong, man. It's going to be hard to even snipe those, and here we go. He's running for it.
Notice Ace is going to let him in so he can then come in here from behind and try to get him. Oh, nice storm there.
Good pickup, though, by TaeJa. Can he get out of here? And it looks like, yes, he can. He's going to escape with most of his units.
Oh,
wow, that was pretty clutch.
Oh, my
God.
Artosis.
A great warp in by Ace.
Oh, he's going to get intercepted.
This is huge.
Oh, okay, he spotted. That was close.
Oh,
my God.
He needs to make a Phoenix immediately.
Yeah, I was going to say, well, you know what's funny about this is now that army is like stuck up there.
Yeah, it's stuck, man. Oh, my God. Like, TaeJa's going to have to start scanning in a minute to try to get it out. This is actually craziness. And it's actually going to get out. Oh.
Okay, he's going to get out, but
that was such a good move for a little bit by Ace.
Oh, we'll see. I mean,
he's still going to be able to crush this army, it looks like.
One army is going to get sandwiched. It's not clear which one. It looks like, all right.
Well, if he can kill those Stalkers off, he can fly away again.
Oh my God! Now the other army's coming up from behind here, but meanwhile we do have because you can see on the mini map an orange army moving up this way.
Wow!
I don't know if TaeJa just kind of wiggled his way to a better position here, but
wow! Nice Psystorm drops going off though, and some High Templars coming from the high ground as well. Going to chase him away, but the way that TaeJa's dealt with this is phenomenal.
This is actually not your normal PvT as far as army movement goes. They've been in really weird spots for most of this game.
Ace had him in a spot that looked like it might have just been, wow, I guess you're going to lose, 4 dropships with units for nothing. But TaeJa wiggled his way out, and now he's got a big supply lead, 180 to 150.
All right. We have a Chrono Boost here on the Forge. I got to say, Ace looking really good here. TaeJa is going to take his 4th base as Ace does. These guys actually make for great, long, drawn-out macro games.
Yeah. Both playing so tactically sound. You know, they're really moving around like they should, getting in and out of situations all over the map.
Okay. Regrouping here. Protoss is, about 20 seconds away from being maxed out right now. And, okay, nice little arc here with the army. TaeJa's going to have to move back. And, God, I love how TaeJa scans and always gets that observer. Why do not more Terrans not do that?
Why do not more Terrans do this?
Why do not more Terrans do of that?
Well, Master Tasteless.
Yes.
I don't know. They should. I mean, having that observer over the army allows Protoss to just kind of never be caught off guard.
Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa.
Oh, here we go.
We need the Stormers over here.
Some pretty deadly force fields going up, trying to pick up and get out of here. More Psy Storms going down, and now the force field's working against Ace. Ace coming in from the side.
The Archons can do a lot of damage here, but not if they don't get close enough. TaeJa's got really good army control here. Look, he's backing up, getting more Zealots. He doesn't want those Archons to take the hits. He needs the Zealots at the front.
And that's a lot of Zealots, but this micro of TaeJa is oh so good. Still has plenty of energy on these medevacs, but they are a bit slow.
Could end up losing coming up here. EMP'd. Wow, a real tug of war here in the middle of the map.
And you know what? Right now, Ace just wants to live a little bit longer. He started his Colossus production. He's getting his 4th base. Yes, we all want that.
Yes, we all want that.
It's a human condition, Tasteless.
Yes.
But it's also the StarCraft 2 Code S round of 32 condition.
It is.
Now, he's actually, right now, TaeJa has been outplaying him a little bit for a while, but Ace is going to get up to that insane army again. That's so hard to deal with as Terran.
TaeJa's actually, unlike the other game, he's making 3 more bases after taking the 4th.
Yeah.
All right, he's going to come up here. He wants to try to get rid of this Nexus. If he gets rid of that and then backs off, his income's going to be insane.
But Ace, he does have that army composition. He's looking really good. He's defended all over his main base and whatnot.
I'm really wondering if we're going to see the same thing that we saw in the previous game where TaeJa has most of the lead, but Ace just hangs on.
Could be. It could be.
He's got a Colossus here. All right. Zealots need to be in the front here. All right, they're being warped in. The Templars are going to come out here. Nice.
Psy Storm's going off. Beautiful Psy Storms.
Whoa.
Oh, my God. And that is some great Psy Storming. But does he actually have enough here? Just sentries and a Colossus left over.
That Colossus back. Oh, my God.
Oh, he picked it up. A great move.
That was beautiful. I actually got confused. I was like, it just disappeared. I don't know. It's a glitch. The death animation didn't happen. All right, I think actually this is over now. He's going to get this Nexus. And then, you guys, just look at the bottom of the map compared to the top right. I mean, the bottom of the map is saturated with orange everything.
Yeah, that was a great engagement for TaeJa. He did such a
oh my God, you know what? He's actually going to hold it.
Well, he's going to hold it for now, but the income of TaeJa should be just getting so out of control, whereas Ace has no bank right now at 130 supply, but oh, you can't be throwing away too many units here.
Well, not that many ghosts, too.
Yeah, that's a lot of ghosts dying off.
Wow, it would be really something if Ace actually came back from this.
Yeah, I mean, it's a scrappy game right now for Ace, but with that 4th base, Protoss gets unbelievably powerful.
Looks like the other bases down here are not bottom left, are not really being used, just so you guys know. It looks like, let me actually check.
He's just now dropping his mules
73 there. SCVs to 81, so eventually he's going to have to start sacking some SCVs here to get a bigger army and start using mules since they don't take supply.
Well, that little Marine got in there. I'm not sure how. We were looking around the map at the bases. But, TaeJa continues to have map control. He's got great upgrades, of course. He's getting a lot more starports. And I love this game that he's actually getting planetaries over on the left side for the most part, just to make sure that any harassment that Ace sends in is not going to work out as well.
Okay, so, what's funny is that their supply is actually even. It's 161, 163, so basically even. But the reason why it's that even is because TaeJa has been throwing away his army. And you know what? I mean, frankly, if I was in TaeJa's position, I would not have attacked that 4th base. Once I get that many bases, I would wait for the Terran or the Protoss to try to move out and then start attacking.
Well, you know, it's definitely hard for him to do any drops right now towards the main. That's really well defended. And other than that, you know, it's what do you do? Drop the natural. It's pretty hard for TaeJa here, but you know, he's getting his macro on. He's really in good shape. But Ace is getting this unbeatable combo of units. Well, not completely unbeatable, but very difficult
scary.
to beat.
Yeah.
The death ball.
All right, you can see he's now maxed out, so I think Ace is saying, all right, is this my time to push out? Let's see if I can do this.
You know, the last... sorry, Tastes, but here we go. A nice little attack into the natural. But you know what we saw last game, the way that Ace actually ended up winning is he started doing those DTs and took out mining bases, and TaeJa just couldn't refill his army anymore. Now, he's not doing that this game. He doesn't have the Dark Shrine. He hasn't gotten Warp Prism speed either.
All right. Yeah, that is a good point. Yeah, he does need to start doing the DT stuff. That was kind of what allowed that game to look the way it did. Game 1, I mean. Nice! Whoa, that was overkill.
Yeah, that
Marine shot so by all these stalkers and zapped with a Colossus and then stormed. Jesus. Show some respect, man. The guy's dead.
Well, that's a good way to go, though. You didn't even feel that.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, actually, I guess that Marine that writhed probably felt it pretty bad.
All right. So TaeJa saying, "Can I get in here? Can you do a map check? Does he actually? Does Ace know about the bottom left? What's going on over there?
Just sent a Zealot down there and did see the double orbital on the left side. He doesn't know about the other base, but I think he can assume. You know.
Yeah.
You don't take those two and not the other one. That'd be kind of weird. So. He is finally getting Dark Shrine. He's starting to get all the rest of his upgrades as well, adding a lot of gates and cannons.
All right, we might have an engagement here. All right, it looks like we're going to have an engagement. Whoa, and then TaeJa backs up. I think TaeJa is at this point in time scared to attack into him.
Yeah, I would definitely say so. He's having a hard time. In fact, he's starting to go for some nukes, and that oftentimes helps Terran to break the stalemate a bit and have Protoss actually attacking into them as opposed to attacking into Protoss.
Right.
You know, you attack into that line with the cannons and the concave of all the units and exactly where they want them.
Dark Shrine's actually almost done. Uh-oh.
Where is that? Ah, that's a really good location for it.
Oh, my God. Does he know?
I don't know.
What is he doing?
Oh.
Ah!
And no, he only gets one High Templar, but the other one very badly hurt.
Well, that High Templar lived through a nuke. That's quite a story. All right. Protoss has got to be careful when engaging.
He took his iodine tablet stasis.
I guess so.
All right, so that is a lot of ghosts here. He has to be so careful with them this time. He does not want to lose them. Warp Prism speed is on the way. The Dark Shrine, as you mentioned, is in fact done. And if he can hold on a bit longer.
Oh my God, he just melted all those ghosts.
Wow, this is absolutely crazy. A lot of Vikings targeting down all the Colossus, though. And these Marines and Marauders microing back beautifully.
Oh, wow. Now he's got to regroup, make a little bit of a bigger army, get some more Zealots in there. He's moving out again. EMP, once again, on an already EMP Colossus.
And it looks like he is going to have to run with more High Templars and that Colossus still in there. Wow.
Whoa.
These army compositions by Ace are just so deadly.
Well, it's just so hard for the Terran to deal with it.
Yeah.
And look at this. For the first time, Ace has been so patient. It's 26 minutes in this game. The first time he's actually been moving out on this map. Okay, here we go.
Oh, and TaeJa sees it, and that's really good for TaeJa because a bunch of DTs suddenly appearing in his base right now would just split his army in half. It would be very difficult to deal with.
Ruin his day.
It would ruin his day, man.
Yeah.
He'd go down to the loser match. All right, so Ace, I feel like Ace is overcommitting right here. You know, TaeJa with his production,
I would actually just go back home.
TaeJa can actually swing around him with all of his units and kill that piece of his army off, and that would be really nice.
All right, he's going to have to storm this perfectly.
But he's instead going for this attack, but there's a lot of High Templars and cannons here.
Really nice storms there. Everything like just in the red.
Absolutely no way for him to kill that off, though, and he does pick up.
Really nice.
And in fact, we'll end up losing
Look at a second blink off over here. Watch it. Nope, no, he won't even need it.
And Ace is taking a lot of the map now. TaeJa's had a lot of the map for a very long time.
Look at the bankroll here. It's like 3,000 to 1.7.
But don't forget, we have 2.4K gas for Ace, so he can go Archons for days. Well,
okay, DT's moving out.
And those DTs going towards the main base. If he can snipe a turret and just kind of spread them out, that's going to really tax TaeJa.
Right, if Ace wins this is going to be the moment that it happens.
And he is going for it. Nice EMP going off, and we'll be able to clean these up without too much trouble.
Right, but he's once again moving over here. Now he doesn't have, does he have any storms? Ready? I don't think he actually does.
He has 2 High Templars with full energy, but the Ghosts see him, and they're going for him. Oh my god, and he actually got both of them. So now all the Zealots behind the Stalkers, and Colossus is being flanked at a planetary. This is a great engagement for TaeJa.
Is he going to get the planetary at least?
He's completely over-investing here. He does kill the base, but look at the supply. 130 to a max TaeJa. And
yeah, talk about a bad situation. Sandwiched in between a planetary. The Stalkers absorbing the damage. Oh my god, that's a lot.
No, that was a really bad engagement for him, man. That was a perfect scenario for TaeJa. And he got rid of all the Psy Storms. So that was just the Colossus. Everything's split. When you're getting flanked by a planetary fortress, you know you're dead.
Well, maxed out Terran to 136, but the defense here for Protoss is pretty good with all those tight Templars and everything.
Oh yeah, he's got great stellar defense, and in fact, here we go, flanking those Stalkers over, trying to stop these Vikings. This Colossus will fall. One falls, the second does fall, and he plows through this army, but he still has a lot of high Templars left.
Nice storm there in the Ghost. Actually stormed in between the Ghosts, so it didn't actually connect.
Trying to take out as much as he can with these Archons backing up to the cannons. Does TaeJa have enough? It looks like he may have enough to break through here, but a lot of Zealots coming from behind.
All right, he needs to save this base. He needs to do something. I don't think he has anything. He's got one DT over here trying to get some kills. Well, scanning, takes that out easily.
Well done by TaeJa. That was very important considering Ace is now only mining really from 2 bases. And that's pretty important. But at the same time, TaeJa is only mining from 2. He is moving a command center over to get another one.
EMP is going to wreck this, but he only gets it off on, 2 Archons.
Looks like he still does have enough, though. Yeah, Archons alone not going to be able to do it.
Yeah, you need the Zealots in front of him.
Yeah. Or the Psy Storms with him. He doesn't have that either. No Colossus out. And does TaeJa have enough to just finish? He's attacking
There's another
at the
attack
main,
over
too.
here. Yeah.
And yeah, it looks like it's too much,
that
man.
Should be GG.
Yeah. He's going to snap that Colossus as soon as it comes out, getting rid of a lot of gateways.
Wow, we're going to go on to game number 3, it looks like.
Yeah, these two very evenly matched so far.
He's got over 100 more supply than his opponent, and GG.
Well done.
Yeah, really nicely done.
Yeah, I did. These two, I mean, this is a good match. They both had very close macro games there.
This
is really overextending that one time. You know, you can be I feel like he just wasn't patient enough. He was patient for so long, then he was like, all right, it's time to start killing stuff. But TaeJa had those bases for so long that he just had enough army to come over and crush him.
You can actually see these guys look exhausted after these games, too.
Oh, I don't blame them,
This
man,
is like,
not one bit.
That was a long, what was that game, like 31, 33 minutes?
31.
31? Okay, like.
Did you actually just guess 31?
I did, and then actually I looked up.
Wow.
Wow.
Well, it's StarCraft 2 minutes, so it's not really, but yeah.
I know, but I think in StarCraft 2 minutes or so.
Oh, that's a good comeback right there.
Bing! Yeah, I think actually, Ace is going to go to the restroom because we've only been here for almost an hour, only 2 StarCraft games in.
Pretty crazy. We've had long Code S days this week.
We've had epic days here.
Yeah.
I don't know who's going to win this because what is the map? Atlantis Spaceship? Is that what we got over here?
Yes, it is.
Atlantis Spaceship. Yes. I did not guess that when I saw that one. I won't pretend to be that cool.
You're just like, I know everything.
I know everything.
I'm like, all right, who wins,
guess
then?
the color of your underwear. You're like, oh my god, Nick. But Atlantis Spaceship's another one of these big maps. So far in Game 1 and Game 2, we've seen both players are very comfortable being in their own little world on that side of the map and just defend.
Yeah.
Until we get to the late game where you have these 2 armies, kind of posturing themselves and positioning themselves, and eventually the game ends. But this is a map that would allow for something like that to happen again.
Definitely, and I would say it would favor Ace just slightly because it's such a long map to walk across. Also, the main base though is going to be a little bit harder for Ace to actually stop drops. In that last game, he set up a couple nicely placed cannons, put down a high Templar, had vision everywhere, and how are you going to drop over there? That's like almost impossible to do. So this map going to be a little bit harder to do something like that, and he's going to have to invest more. There might be some times in the mid-game where TaeJa can deal some extra damage here with drops to the main.
Somebody could cheese, too.
Oh,
that would
we do see Terrans go double proxy racks here.
They do it, yeah.
Plenty of times.
All right, Ace is in the game, so I think we might be getting this going soon. Well, did he join the game actually before?
I think he joined it before, but
all right,
he should be back.
All right, okay, cool. So we're going to go on to game number 3 here. I have no idea who's going to win this.
Yeah, hard to say. They've been so even so far. I think for these two, if nothing happens early on, you can't really predict who's going to win. What's going to happen if we really want to be able to see who's going to pull ahead is, will someone mess up their micro in one of these early battles? Those are the only volatile parts for these two.
Yeah, we're going to see. It's game number 3. Remember, the loser has to go down to the loser's match, which means he has to win 2 more best of 3s. He wouldn't want to have to do that after a very exhausting series that this has been so far. So a lot's on the line for these two here at the GSL Codes.